Hey, what's going on everybody? Blades for here, and today I for you guys another video of Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be going over whether you should pull or skip the character being Chinese New Year Rin. If you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps me out quite a lot. And we're pushing on the 4K fairly soon. Y'all have been doing amazing with that. But before we get straight into it as well, check down below in the description. It should be our Discord, or at least my Discord, called Gotcha Metaverse here, in which I'm going to keep you guys as informed as possible about anything about Persona 5X, as well as if it's on global, PWKR, CN, you name it, we got it. We're going to be trying to do anything with gift codes as well as giveaways later on down the line. So go ahead and jump on in there when you like, or if you like, and then let's get into the video. So we have the new character. I've been talking about her quite a lot on stream, as well, of course, in the last video. We've been talking about this character quite a lot, and I have to say, after using this character countless times now, and I'm starting to get a good feel of how to use her a decent bit here, I gotta say I enjoy this character a lot. But the thing that we're going over today is, should you pull her, should you not? As a TLDR for people who just don't want to listen to all the details and stuff like that, TLDR, free to play, don't summon. She's a fun unit, it's just not worth summoning. If you're a collector, go ahead and knock yourself out, summon. Boom, that's a quick little TLDR. But for my people who really want to sit down and listen to exactly the reasons why you don't want to summon on this character, well then I'm gonna have this for you. So first things first, she is an AoE fire DPS. This is something that we've went over multiple times here, and as good as she really is, the only reason why I really say a lot of you guys should not summon comes down to a few easy steps. So I'm gonna actually break them down one by one with this here. The first thing is, with her being an AoE fire DPS, we already have an AoE fire DPS, which is An, who is actually pretty darn good. Now, An is a standard character that, for a standard 5-star here, luckily in this game, standard 5 stars are not by a mile. And An is no different. She hits really hard. She's really good as well. And is one of the few characters that, even though she was a standard 5-star, and some of them are a little lackluster, Mona and Skull, but some of them are a little bit lackluster, she wasn't that lackluster type character. She actually hits really hard. She has a lot of utility. You can cheese a lot of the early game / mid game, even the newest palace with mono fire teams. You can kind of cheese a lot of things with her, including mementos as well. So the character alone, especially with the aspects that they're both AoE DPSs, they're both fire, she kind of already had this slot pretty much good. I actually have her pretty okay-ish built. She's not crazy built here, and even with the stuff I have built for this character, she can still deal really high damage. But of course, this is at her being A6, at A0, A1, she still hits really high, but that's technically what Rin can do as well. At literally A0, she can hit just as high, if not even higher, at A0. But the reason why I feel like this is still worth getting, or at least it's still not worth going for Rin in this aspect, is just because you already have the role clear. This isn't like it's a empty role, right? For example, with Bless, where at first we didn't have any Bless DPSs, so Summer Closer was more of a necessity. Or for Sai, we didn't have any side DPSs, so when Haru came out, it was more of a necessity to get a side DPS. Well, for at least a fire role here, we already had a fire role covered, especially for the exact same role. It's crazy that they put them both as AoE instead of any of these being a single target. I really would have actually preferred her being a single target damager, to be honest. But instead of them doing that, they made them both an AoE one. And I'm being honest, it's not really needed for that. I just don't see it as a necessity to get Rin in general, seeing we already had a 5-star AoE DPS. Now, another reason why I feel like you don't have to summon for this character at the end of the day is because, yes, she is of course a limited character, but eventually she'll come back here, and with the roles already covered, there's not really a huge necessity to get her right then and now, right? We can get her on reruns and stuff like that, and you can kind of take your time. With the upcoming banners that we do know that are coming out here very soon, whether it's a catchy, whether it's a couple OC banners and stuff like that, that can really change the game, it would most likely be better to just sit there and wait on her, right? I wouldn't really say it's a need or a want to really get the character, mainly just because I just don't think you have to get that character, right? It doesn't feel like this character is so revolutionary to a point where you have to get her. If I'm missing this character, I'm missing out on a lot of content. If I'm missing this character, I'm missing out on so much stuff that I won't be able to do for missing this character. Luckily for this character, she doesn't fall into any of those categories. She's really good. She's crazy good. She's very, very useful. It's just not enough to make, or at least to justify, whether you need to go ahead and get the character early right now. Instead, you can kind of just take a little bit of a, I want to say skip on this. Not to mention she was semi-nerfed, but I think she is getting buffed as well very soon. But even with those standards in mind, I just don't see it necessary to really get this character. And that's just point 2. Now, point 3, when it does come down to at least why you shouldn't summon for CN, at least Chinese New Year Rin, isn't gonna come down to at least, oh, the roles are filled, or isn't just because, well, we already deal enough damage with the current role that we have. No, this is gonna go down to just, or upcoming banners really, but this is gonna go down to just what she can do, right? She does some crazy things, but it's nothing too revolutionary that would make me say, hey, free to plays out there, you might want to go ahead and do a little bit of a look-see real quick at this character. And she's really, really good. I suggest you guys to pull for her, right? There's nothing about this character that really makes that stand out, right? There's nothing too crazy that she offers that makes you inclined or wanting to really do this for this character. Instead, she's pretty darn decent. It's just not a good enough reasoning for me to kind of sit there and tell others to like get this character. Now, of course, if you're a person who likes Rin and you like things like that, kind of like me, of course, it would be worth doing, right? It would be worth for you to go ahead and summon. Though just to straight up summon and say that she's stupid good and try and get folks to summon, I won't really do that, because I'm being honest, she's pretty decent, but she's not crazy enough for me guys to just tell you guys, hey, summon on this character, absolutely insane, can't find anything better, this is what you guys got to do. But that's just my personal preference when it does come down to that. I feel like a lot of you guys may actually agree with that, but we got to see exactly how that goes. The next thing I can say when it does come down to this character, that was just a functionality type deal, but the timing, right? The timing is very poor, especially when it comes down to at least what we need to be getting, or at least what we'll be having coming to the game very, very soon. Banner wise, once again, which is kind of a little bit of a double dip on the banner situation, is we have Futaba coming back fairly soon. This is one of the best navigators, if not the best navigator in the game, and missing her again is going to be detrimental for a lot of folks, seeing that she should be rerunning fairly soon. With this in mind, Rin is really good, but she's just not gonna at least go up to par. And at least her longevityness, I really don't see it happening, especially when it comes down to what she can do, unless you have her duped. If you don't have her duped, I can see her of course still being really good, but it just isn't enough to keep her there. Her universal usability is not there as well. Unlike of course where we have Cord and we have Rico at A1, her universal usability is just a flame DPS, right? She's only used with really fire teams, or teams that are oriented around fire, with having maybe someone who isn't a fire like helper. Really, it's just mainly a buffer. So it's not really a need to have this character. I've been getting at least this question quite a lot, so I had to at least address it a little bit today, and I feel like this is the only best way to say it. If you're free to play out there, then I definitely suggest just skip. It's not really worth the time, of course, not worth the currency. You can get this character at any other time when she reruns, and there's a ton of huge banners coming up. A list of freaking characters got leaked, and I'm not going to cover that on the channel, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about with that. And I generally just feel like with that list of characters that we know, or at least voice lines that we know, as well as the just upcoming things that we've been seeing over and over again, it won't really be worth it. So all in all, that's my point on it. If you're a collector, if you're a person who spends some money, then go ahead, pull. If you're not one of those, of course, I suggest you guys go ahead and save. But without with all of that out the way, thank you guys for watching today's video, and leave a like and a subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.